All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to Mr. Moser's temporary classroom away from Viewlands Elementary. Today we are going to do a lesson on finding similarities and differences. But first, we are going to place ourselves on the mood meter. So please take a moment to think in your head, what zone am I in today? Maybe I'm in the yellow zone, I feel happy. Maybe I'm in the red zone, feel kind of mad. Maybe I'm in the green zone. I feel ready to learn and calm. Or maybe I'm in the blue zone. You might feel kind of sick, maybe tired. That would tell you you're here today. So, take a moment to think, and I want you to say the sentence aloud. Today I'm in the zone, okay? Your turn. Today I'm in the zone. Take a moment to think about why you might be in your zone today. Think about if you've had good food today. Think about if you got a good amount of sleep last night. And if you're not in the green zone or the yellow zone, know that that's okay. We all have days where we might be in the red zone or the blue zone, and we definitely all have parts of our days where we feel all of these emotions. Especially right now when we have so many changes, it's okay to feel lots of different emotions. Sometimes you might even be feeling some of these at the same time. It is possible to be sad and laughing. It is possible to be happy, but also calm and ready to learn. So wherever you are on the mood meter is okay. So let's go ahead and transition over to our book today. Today's book is under my phone, and it is called Toot and Puddle. I use this book to think about things that are the same, things that we have in common, and things that are different between people. So if I'm thinking of a similarity or something that is the same, I think about what I like and what other people like that is the same. For instance, I really love chocolate, and I know a lot of my students love chocolate too. That is a similarity. But you can also have similar dislikes. For instance, if I don't like to eat peas, I don't like peas. I also have another friend who doesn't like to eat peas, and that is a similarity that we share. We both don't like the same things. Now, differences are things that separate us from other people. That means that we might have a really good friend who really likes to eat peas, and we don't like to eat peas. Those are differences that we have. Although a lot of things make us different from other people in our lives, it actually is a really great thing to have differences. When we have people that we love who are different from us, we get to learn new things and have conversations that we probably wouldn't have if we were all the same. Think about how boring our world would be if everyone liked the same things and was the same person. So, today's book is called Toot and Puddle. Today's book is by Holly Hobby. Toot and Puddle. Here's our cute little main character right here. I'm going to angle this over a little bit so that the glare doesn't disrupt you being able to see the pictures. Toot and Puddle live together in Woodcock Pocket. It was such a perfect place to be that Puddle never wanted to go anywhere else. But Toot, on the other hand, loved to take trips. He had been to Cape Cod, the Grand Canyon, and the Redwood Forest. One day in January, Toot decided to set off on his biggest trip ever. He decided to see the world. "Do you want to come along?" he asked Puddle. "We could start with someplace warm and wild." So far, I'm already noticing a few similarities between Toot and Puddle. For instance, when I look at the two of them, back on the cover page here, I notice that both of them are pigs. That's a similarity. But I'm also picking up on a difference. I'm noticing that Puddle likes to stay at home and do really fun activities like baking or just hanging out. But it looks like our other character, Toot, is exploring the globe here. That tells me that he might want to do other things besides stay home. He might want to explore the world. On this second page, I see, oh, that's true. I can tell he wants to explore the world because this story just told me that he's getting ready to go on a big trip. Look at all those things he has with him. It's probably a pretty heavy load. Puddle preferred to stay home. Here's Puddle, hanging out, staying home. I love snow, he thought. Oh, look at him hanging out in the snow. Do you think Toot might feel similarly? Meanwhile, presenting Puddle at Rocket Pond. Oh, you know what? I made a little mistake. I forgot to read a card here. Sometimes we all make mistakes. That's okay. So, before we go back to Puddle, we have a message from Toot. Dear Puddle, I've made some new friends in Africa. Is winter getting boring? Toot. Who are his new friends that he's made? Then we go back to Puddle. Meanwhile, presenting Puddle at Pocket Pond. Here's another message from Toot. Dear Puddle, Egypt is awesome. The pyramids are the greatest. Wish you could meet me at the oasis. Your friend, Toot. Wow, he's really exploring. March meant maple syrup. Puddle wished that Toot were there to taste all the pancakes. Sometimes trees, they collect syrup and it goes down and the sap goes into these little bins, and that's how people can make syrup. Have you noticed any other similarities or differences between Toot and Puddle yet? Let's keep reading and find some more. Dear Puddle, can you believe I'm in the Solomon Islands? They're in the Pacific Ocean. I spend all day underwater. I love being in a school of fish. Has spring come yet? Your pal, Toot. Meanwhile, yes, spring had arrived. Puddle was having mud season. Yay! Oh, here he is in the tub. He wrote, I love mud. Hey, Puds, I am in India. Or is this a dream? It's your birthday, May 3rd. Hope your party is the best. Friends forever, Toot. Back at Woodcock Pocket. For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow that nobody can deny. That's a song that people sometimes sing on people's birthdays. Oh, wait till you see this picture. Dear Puddle, help! Mountain climbing is scarier than jumping out of a plane. Remember when I talked you into going parachuting? Your friend in the Alps, Toot. Puddle remembered. Oh, wow. So a moment ago, I might have shared that a difference I'm noticing is that Toot likes to adventure and feel kind of nervous or do scary new things. But now I realize I'm actually going to change my mind because Puddle seems like he likes to try new scary things too. It seems like a similarity they have is they're both brave. Dear Puddle, you would love Matador Camp. The bull's name is Dandio. Bravo from Spain, Toot. Oh, look at all these fun activities we have here. These signs point to the bull ring, ice cream this way, Dandio, oh, I think that's the bull, and then swimming that way. Here are all of our friends. They have labeled hats, and I see Toot's hat tells us he's right here. In July, presenting Puddle at Pocket Pond. Every time he jumped in, he cheered, "Olé!" Dear Puddle, August is cold in Antarctica, but I've made more friends here than anywhere yet. Are you going to the beach this year? I miss you. Do you miss me? Friends forever, Toot. Yes, Puddle missed his friend. Dear Pudsey, bonjour from Paris. Art is everywhere. Love is in the air. Au revoir, Toot. Oh, look at this picture. That looks kind of like Toot. I think he likes it. I love art, thought Puddle. What's he doing? Aww, he made a self-portrait. Dear Pudzio, Italy is heaven. It's one big treat. Your friend, Tootsio. Oh my gosh, do you see where he is right now? It looks like he might be in a bakery. Meanwhile, it was Halloween in Woodcock Pocket. Puddle decided to be horrifying. Look at him. Rawr. One morning in November, Toot woke up and thought, it's time to go home. What's happening here? Yay! Toot's coming! I see that Puddle got the news. He's excited. He starts cleaning. He starts cooking. He's cleaning up and brushing his own teeth to get ready for the arrival of his friend. December called for celebration. Here's to all your adventures around the world, said Puddle. Here's to all your adventures right at home, said Toot. And here's to being together again, Toot and Puddle said at the same time. Toot was happy to be back in his own bed, and Puddle was happy too. I wonder if it will snow all night, Puddle said. I hope so, said Toot. Then we'll go sliding, said Puddle. And skiing, said Toot. Good night, Toot. Good night, Puddle. What a cute story. Thank you everyone for reading that with me. So before we move on today, we are going to fill out a graphic organizer together. So this is called a Venn diagram. A Venn diagram is something that we use to get all of our thoughts in our head down onto paper, or in this case, a whiteboard. So when I make a Venn diagram, I draw or I write the two different things that I'm comparing and contrasting. So today we're talking about our characters, Toot and Puddle. Now in this section here, you see this big circle? I have two places where I can write. Same with here, two places. This is the place where I'm going to put things that Toot likes to do. Now, when I think about Toot, and sometimes if I maybe mix up what character is who, or I want to find out a little bit more information, I actually go back through my text and I reference my text to make sure I'm talking about the right person. So here, I see that Toot is the one that decides to go on a trip. So that means, okay, Toot is our big adventurer. Toot likes to explore the world. So I might draw a little picture of the world. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect at all. I'm just trying my best to draw a picture so that I can also show you guys that we're talking about the earth. So I know that Toot, he really likes to explore the earth. He likes to travel. So I'll just spell that word out. Travel. Toot likes to travel. Now, if I think about Puddle, did Puddle like to travel? No. Puddle likes to stay at home. So, for Puddle, let's go ahead and draw a little picture of a house. This will help us remember that Puddle, he likes to stay at home. Stay at home. Now, right here, you might see that both of our circles, they make a place where we have both what Toot feels and what Puddle feels. This is the section where we write what the characters have in common, what's similar about them. So let's take a moment to think, okay, Toot and Puddle, what do they have that was the same? Let's start by thinking about what they look like on the outside. What do you notice about them? I see they're both pretty pink. Can you see what I've drawn here? Once again, does not have to be a good picture at all. But I noticed that one thing that they have in common is they're both pigs and they're both pink. So I'm going to write pink, pigs. Now, when I really think about this story, I remember that at the very end, when Toot came home from all of his adventures, Puddle also talked about how he went on adventures and in his very own house and in his very own backyard. So even though at first I thought maybe Toot was the one that liked to adventure, I think they both like to go on adventures, just in different places. So I'm kind of running out of space here, but that's okay. I can be flexible. I'm just going to try to fit as well as I can the word adventure. And then what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and circle it so that we know that this is supposed to go here. Now, when I look at this, it looks a little messy. It doesn't look perfect by any means. When you make graphic organizers, the most important thing is that you're getting all those amazing thoughts in your head down on paper so that you can have a conversation with other people and be able to say, I already thought of this because I wrote it down. I know that Toot is different from Puddle because Toot likes to travel the world. Puddle is different from Toot because he likes to stay at home. But how are they similar? Go ahead and think either to yourself or maybe share with someone else one thing that you can see from this graphic organizer that tells you how Toot and Puddle are similar. They both are, and they both like to adventure. Okay? So there's probably lots of other similarities and differences that we could think of together, but I want you to think of some yourself. And in the meantime, I would like to thank you for coming to my lesson today. I hope that you have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you soon, but also putting up more lessons so that you can continue to grow your brain. Thanks, everyone. Bye.